guys, welcome to day 2 of my seasonal 7 series where I post 7 videos in 7 days themed around the seasonal changes. In this case, it is the summer solstice, the week of the summer solstice. So we're going to do a pick a card reading. It's going to be an outlook for you, messages for you for the upcoming summer season. I have soapstone carvings. If I would have thought in advance, I would have used flowers since it's summer, but I'm filming this a few weeks ahead of time because if you've been here for a while and you saw my last series, you know why. So I'm trying to avoid that situation again by getting ahead of it. I have soapstone carvings. That's what I got. I got a bat, an owl, and a skull because that's what I own. These are my things. So pick one and we will get into your messages. All right, pile 1, if you chose this bat, which is adhered to my table because the ground's not level and he won't face this way without falling over, then this is going to be your reading. All right, so overall, really good energy. Really good energy. I think we have a very creative bunch here. I think we have a group that's really on the rise this season. We got the first card that came out was our 8 of Wands, so just rapid movement forward. And I really think that for you guys, the other cards that stand out the strongest is, first of all, the bottom of the deck, which is the 6 of Wands, which is a victory card. We also have the Empress clarified by the Page of Swords, and this really just feels to me like the creative feminine energy. Like feminine energy, which we all have, male or female, is a creative force. It literally creates life, right? It's inspiration, it's creativity, it's free flowing, it's non-linear, it's blah, 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 right? And the Page of Swords is kind of this like inspirational movement, momentum of new ideas and insight, that kind of thing. And to have that clarifying the Empress, which is the divine feminine, makes me just feel like there's this creative, free-flowing energy that's emerging throughout this season. In the middle here, we have the 2 of Wands clarified by the 5 of Cups. And as I looked at it, the first thing that happened, and the way I read generally is that what my mind and eyes are drawn to and what I see and patterns I recognize are kind of my intuition or things speaking to me. So what happened when I looked at it was the 2 cups here sitting behind him just immediately turned into these 2 wands. And so the 5 of Cups is this idea that you spilled 3 cups and you're so sad and focused. He's like looking at these 3 cups he spilled that he doesn't see the 2 full cups that are behind him. It's like when you still have things that you're not able to be grateful for or recognize the abundance or opportunities that are available to you because you're too sad looking at the things that you've lost. And then my eyes went from these 2 cups to these 2 wands, which is what it's clarifying. And the 2 of Wands is kind of this idea of like overseeing your or heading out on like a journey. Like it's this heading out into the world, like adventurous kind of energy, the decision to go out, and he's got like the world in his hand and he's looking out, and it's almost like there's this opportunity beckoning you with these cups that are behind you to go and seek this brand new adventure that's happening. If you just turn around and look at them, and I think there's a rapid movement towards that. Once you turn around and see those cups, it's going to happen. And I think a lot of that is going to be a very creative force that lends you a whole lot of long-term stability and long-term balance. And that's going to be something that really sets off a whole, I mean, this season I think for you is less about a season and more about an entire new chapter in your life, like a 10-year cycle. Like this is a huge area. We have the Hierophant is the only card I haven't talked about yet. The Hierophant is in reverse here, and for me in this particular instance, it almost just feels like it feels harmony to me. The Hierophant is typically about higher, it's very structured. It's kind of like the masculine-ish version of a high priest. It's very structured, high learning. It's like church and marriage and things like this. It's a very organizational, government, centralized power, but also higher knowledge and wisdom kind of together, very churchy. This reversal feels a lot to me like going within for the wisdom, like instead of it being outside of you in this structure, it's within you. And I think that rapid movement that we're seeing, that it's clarifying, is this rapid movement towards inner knowledge instead of external validation or external understandings. I think that that is what will lead you on this quest that then creates this stability and creates this kind of free-flowing creative energy. The next one we have is Lovers. And the Six of Swords. Solar plexus chakra. Sacral chakra. What? That's not even from this deck. Tower base chakra. Wow, you got three out of 7 chakras. Okay. That then goes again to that idea of balance. We have, so in this deck it's called Harmony, Moving On, the Solar Plexus, Sacral, Base, and Disruption. But that in tarot terms is the Lovers, the Six of Swords, the chakras, and then the Tower. And it really feels like this this 5 of Cups, this 3 cups you spilled, created this tower moment within you. It could have been a loss of a relationship. That's not necessarily going to resonate with everybody in the group, but for some of you, it's going to be a loss of relationship, and I think that is actually a catalytic event that will lead you to greater things. For some of you, it's a partnership, potentially like a work partnership or something like that you've decided to leave behind. And for others, it's just a decision to move past whatever area in your life. So Lovers cards is not necessarily actually a card about lovers. It's Gemini energy. It's duality. It's decisions. It's partnerships. A lot of times when it boils down to like in a general reading like this, in this particular instance with what I have, it feels more like a decision to me. For some of you, again, it's going to be partnership. It's going to be that you left a relationship or that you moved on from one to another or a business partnership. But a lot of it just feels like a lot of you have just made the change that you're just sick of some shit. Sick of something. Something happened and you were like, I'm just done with this. And you've decided to move on with your life in some way or another. And I think that will eventually, if not currently, then soon thereafter, will lead you to notice the 2 cups that are still sitting behind you. For those of you who are new to my channel, my camera only records for 20 minutes at a time, so I have to get up and reset it now. Right. We're going to start to pull some more cards now. So we have a couple of duplicates. I also want to say too, if you're somebody who regularly follows me and regularly watches my videos, and specifically my pick card readings, I have the inclination that there is a fair amount of crossover between the last new moon's ticket card pile 3 and this pile, and I'm just curious to know if I'm right. So if I am, drop me a comment please, because I really feel like I can feel that same energy, some similarity crossing over. It could just be that this pile is in a similar position or trajectory as that pile, but I'm just curious to know if there's a significant amount of you who were pile 3 last time, which would have been the Sage Smudge Ash pile, and those who are pile 1 this time. Alright, moving on. So we have the 3 of Cups clarified by the 5 of Wands and the Lovers in reverse. We have the Lovers again we have multiple duplicates. We have the Page of Swords again, the Six of Swords again, Lovers again, and that's it. So a few duplicates. That lets me know where the emphasis is at. I think, in actuality, now that I'm seeing the second cards come out, that the active moving on that I mentioned earlier may be something that is coming up in this summer season, not something that is already. I was going on the assumption that that was the baseline for going into the season, but now I'm thinking that that's actually what's occurring in the season for some of you, most of you, I think, actually. There's a celebration, or, okay, so there's two groups here. There's two messages here, depending on which subgroup you're in. First of all, there is a, remember I mentioned before there was a possibility of somebody leaving a relationship. There's some of you who are struggling with, or have recently found out about, or have had ongoing problems with infidelity in your relationships. And you're having to go through the process of deciding whether or not to stick it out or leave. For those of you, there's that group. There's also the group of people who are making the decision to leave behind all of the conflict and bullshit and drama in some area of your life or another, and that is going to lead to a celebratory season or a celebratory cycle. However, none of this is going to go without some sadness. But at the end of the day, we have the same emphasis at the end here, which is the Knight of Wands, which is, again, another very creative, very passionate, very... I think of the Knight of Wands as a very creative entity. In this deck, it's actually female, too. So it feels a lot like a baby empress to me. The Knight of Wands does. It's almost the Queen of Wands, but it's not quite. And the Queen of Wands is working her way up to an Empress. That's what it feels like. And it's being clarified by the Sun, which is happiness. It's pure fucking happiness. It's what made you happy when you were a child, right? So I do think in between here we have a little bit of conflict, but it starts off, but it ends off with this happy, creative, passionate situation. Now, again, there's those of you who are choosing to leave on account of infidelity, or a third party situation of some variety. There's that here. Then there's the people who are just leaving behind a bunch of bullshit and they want to celebrate. That being said, there is then a little season or section in the summer that I see of you feeling left out, excluded, concerned about longevity, feeling that you don't have maybe financial stability, or but it mostly feels like you're angry that you're left out in some way or another. I think that possibly the celebration then may turn into a bit of like, why aren't we still celebrating? Why are you guys whatever without me, or something like that. Like, it's very, there's a bit of rage happening. But then there's the idea to move on yet again, Six of Swords again, and there's that inspiration of ideas again that we had already. The Page of Swords comes out again. There's the inspiration of ideas. The inspiration of ideas leads to this freedom and this really, really pure joy and happiness. There is, again, another emphasis of justice in reverse at the bottom of the deck, which, again, leads me to the idea that there's a subgroup within you that may be contemplating divorce or leaving a relationship of some kind. And from what I can see, potentially out of third-party situation kind of stuff. And for those of you, it may be a little rough. That transition may be rough. That may be the period where you begin to feel angry and left out and that kind of thing. So two different groups here. There's some who are just leaving behind some drama and bullshit or whatever, and then there are those who are leaving behind a relationship. But it ends. The important part is that it ends with really passionate, creative, like, happiness and freedom. I don't know who this douchebag is. I don't know. There's somebody in this fucking neighborhood that just drives this loud ass piece of shit vehicle. And I'm worried now because oftentimes it isn't looped. Like, they'll just drive around the neighborhood over and over and over again. Loud as fuck, late as fuck. So this may be a reoccurring problem. Actually, I think I'm going to go there's a window open over there, which will help keep some of the sound out. Also, it keeps the neighbors from being able to hear me. 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. Alright, just keep shuffling and hope that guy just fucks off. There's this same confirmation of energy. Listen, your summer season looks a lot like a really intense growth period with a lot of joy, but that joy comes at the, yeah, he's making loops. God damn it. At the hands of having to overcome some hardship. So we have material harvest, transformation, heartache and loss, emotional withdrawal, rejoice and celebration, and balance. These cards in terms of tarot are the Nine of Pentacles, Death, Three of Swords, Eight of Cups, Three of Cups, and Temperance. So again, there's the reiteration of somebody who, Three of Swords is another one, and that's on top of the Rejoice and Celebration and the Three of Cups card, which again can really, with death next to it and emotional withdrawal and the Eight of Cups, that's a lot of, I ended my relationship because of a third party situation, or that you may end a relationship because of a third party, or maybe you get dumped for a third party situation, or whatever the thing is. Now, here's my thing I'm going to say about that. Please don't take anything I'm saying too fucking seriously. This is a general reading, which means not everything in here applies to everybody watching the video. That's kind of the downside. If you want a personal one-on-one reading with me, you can book them. I have a link below. You're welcome to book me. We can do a private one-on-one reading. I do Zoom videos, or I can even just record one and send it to you. I kind of don't like doing it that way, but I totally do it all the time. Like, weirdly, most people prefer that, so it's fine. That being said, do not take this reading and then go to your spouse and be like, are you fucking cheating on me? Because, like, I'm not trying to ruin lives on some bullshit. This is going to resonate for some people. If it's you, you know it's you. If you were like 99.9% convinced your spouse is cheating and you have all these clues, and it's been a problem ongoing where you've caught them before and that kind of thing, like, if it's you, you know it's you. If it's not you, don't fucking take it, okay? Don't take it to heart. It's okay. But for those of you that it's for, okay, cool. There is, again, there's this nine of you. Okay, so duplicates that we have is the Three of Cups again. Is that it? Yeah, that is it. We then, though, have this material harvest, and this is the pre-Empress card, and I keep coming back to this Empress. It's like a bitch coming into her power, but like that happens when you leave things behind that aren't serving you. There's the Eight of Cups, which in this deck is called emotional withdrawal, but it's actually traditionally in tarot cards, it's walking away from something. We already have the moving on card. We have two Six of Swords, which is a moving on card. We also have the Five of Cups and the Eight of Cups, and we have Death here as well. This is very much, traditionally speaking, end of relationship cards. So, but here's the thing. All of this ends really fucking well. Like, you have the Sun card. At the end of it, you've got the Empress, the Page of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Sun card. This is inspired, creative, pure joy, pure bliss. Anything that I think occurs to you this summer in terms of heartache, loss, anything you just had to move on from, things you just had to leave behind, things that end, these things are going to be catalysts to bring you to actual fulfillment and joy, which I do think is coming for you. This is going to be a really tremendous season for you guys. It's just going to be a little up and down. Oh, we also have the Tower. So Tower, Death, 2 Six of fucking Swords. Yeah, there's a lot of you, I would say. First card that comes, we're moving on to Oracle now. I didn't announce it, but we're moving on to Oracle cards now. First one that fell out was what do you need to release? So there's a real releasing thing going on with you guys. And I do think that's going to end up serving you really well. Communication is key. New moon in Gemini. It's that Gemini energy again. Yeah, make sure that, always be sure that you communicate from a place of, oh, that's the other thing too. I forgot to talk about it. We had temperance here, which is, this deck is called balance. We also had that 2 of Pentacles over here. Was there another one? And we had 3 chakras. We had solar plexus, sacral, and base. So there's a lot here about maintaining your balance, being kind of cool-headed, and keeping your whatever down. And I think that's what this card's referring to. The communication is key card. Feels a lot like make sure that you're communicating effectively and not out of your triggers and traumas. In this situation, you've got things that you're releasing, things leaving behind, decisions that you're making. Make sure that you communicate them effectively and not out of triggers and traumas. The next card you got is a new start is coming, which I think we've already really established. So didn't really need that, but whatever. Then we also have surrender to the divine and a fiery climax approaches. Again, that's what we're talking about. We have the death, the tower, moving on cards, whatever. There's something that you are leaving behind. If it's not a relationship, which I do think a lot of you, it's going to be a relationship, but not all, that's fine. For the rest of you, it could be something else entirely, and that's okay. There's a climax to these things approaching, and you're being asked to surrender to it. Don't impede it. Don't fight it. Just let it flow, because it is bringing you to what it is that you actually most would like. Now this is the Fairy Oracle. Okay, just do one more. Okay. We have moderation. Is there something you know you shouldn't be eating? Try to eat mindfully and healthily, although the fairies say that a little bit of what you fancy is fine. Moderation is pretty much my whole thing. Like, you know what, I was going to give you a whole story, but I just decided immediately you didn't need any of that information. Moderation. It's a really good thing to live by. And that's something that you should maybe be mindful of through the summer. Sorry. It's a little late. Something you should be mindful of during the summer is make sure that you, throughout this process, take care of yourself. Flourish. The Lotus Flower Fairy tells you to learn from experience and shed your inner light on any unclear areas of your life or those of others. I think this card's really very summery. It's a very summery card. Flourish reminds me of the energy of summer. Those growth happens. And you have go outside. It's time to go outside. Tune into the powerful peace of nature wherever you are and feel at one with your habitat. You might as well while it's fucking summertime. Go outside and spend time outdoors. Spend time in the sun. The sun is so good for your fucking soul. It is the light source and giver of life on this planet. Go outside. Spend some time out there. It'll be good for you. Oh, okay. I guess we're taking that one. One more? Yeah. We have abundance. Enjoy the bounty of life. Your supply is unlimited. Blessings are coming to you. This card really makes me feel that, like, this too shall pass energy, which is, I have on my wrist actually. My first tattoo I ever got. This too shall pass is kind of one of my slogans for life. It's the idea that you cherish what you have when you have it, knowing that it doesn't last forever. And when things are uncomfortable, know that things will be great again. And try to enjoy and soak up every great second of this summer. Try to really be present and love those beautiful moments. Love every sunset, love every beautiful day, love the pitter patter of the rain, love hanging out with friends, whatever it is you do, enjoy that. Discernment. All is not what it seems. Stay true to your knowing. Keep your dreams a secret. Now, I think when I first started this reading, I said something like, I feel like this is a very creative, like entrepreneurial. I had said that I thought this was a very like entrepreneurial group. I think I said that. And this is just a message to you from your guides, higher self, whatever, that any plans you're thinking about doing, just do them. Don't talk about them. Don't let other people's energies, thoughts, negativity, intentions, whatever, get in there. Because here's the thing. Not everybody in your circle, not necessarily, this isn't for everyone, but a lot of people, not everyone in your circle actually wants to see you succeed. And the best tip I can give you for that is tell somebody good news. If they don't celebrate it, they're not on your fucking team. And it's really, really, really upsetting when you figure out how many people aren't really on your team. So don't let them shit on your good vibes. Whatever you want to do, just do that shit. Don't talk about it, just do it. Just fucking make it happen and then be like, ta, done. Like, that's how you need to run it. Partnership. We had that Lover's card. Remember about partnership earlier? Teamwork will give you better results. Find trustworthy people to partner with and build up a talented support team. I think that's going to be an important aspect to you for this summer also. I'm going to grab you a couple of Universe Has My Back cards and then a Lemurian card, and then that'll be the end of your reading. These are, cards just have words on them, and I like to think about them as messages from like your higher self, your guides, God, universe, angels, whatever it is you believe in. But these are like, it's like them writing you a little note. So this will be a note from them to you for this season. Or a couple notes if a couple come out. I usually try to get like 2 or 3. Yeah. Oh. Okay, we have 3. First one that came out was I surrender to a power greater than me. You really just gotta trust in the flow of the universe. And I think really that's where miracles happen. When you have faith that things are gonna work out, they fucking do. Even if it doesn't look like it, I can hear you motherfuckers over here doubting me. Like, oh yeah, well, this happens and whatever. That just because things collapse and things go bad does not mean it's not bringing you to something fan-fucking-tastic, by the way. The next one is, I'm unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. Again, that thing you want to do, fucking do that shit. Attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. This immediately triggered me to that communication card, the temperance card, and the balance card. People are hurting. That's a blanket statement for like all of humanity. Everyone's in pain, everyone's hurting, sorry. Everyone has unhealed trauma and issues, and when people are hurting, they hurt other people. So when people attack you or say anything negative, just know that that is not their soul. That's not truly them. That doesn't mean that you go and just be forgiving willy-nilly and let people in your life that shouldn't be in your fucking life. That just means that you have compassion and understanding for all people. Additionally, when you yourself are fearful of change or you feel yourself being judgmental, that's the same shit, and you just need to be aware of it in order to best move beyond it. I'm also going to grab you a Lemurian card. This is the Lemurian Deck Pocket Edition, and it has the meanings of the cards right on the back. So I'll just get 1, maybe 2 out, and then I'll read you the back of the card, and this will be a message for you to ponder throughout the season. I feel like just 1 is enough. I just pulled this one. Okay. I pulled this one in my last reading. Furred and feathered friends. Animals are intuitive, sacred beings and the wisdom keepers of many earth traditions. They are some of our most loving companions and have much to teach us. Yet, the treatment of some species is appalling. As our empathy expands, we see other beings and the quality of their lives is interconnected and equal to our own. We may be inspired to align our actions with our compassion to minimize the harm we do to the planet and her inhabitants. This card also signifies energetic bonds. You may have a greater awareness of the wisdom of the animals you encounter and their meaning for you. I made a video called Signs and Actually, I don't know what it's called Signs and Synchronicities, right? And in that video, I talk about animal messengers. If you're not familiar with it, I will look into that. Additionally, we also had that moderation card, what you put in your body, that kind of thing. Listen, this is your life. Do what you want to do. But this may be a call for you to maybe minimize, if not cut out, your animal products that you're consuming. If that vibes with you, cool. If it doesn't, also cool. Just a suggestion. It's a general reading. I am going to grab you one more Lemurian card, though. Oh, okay, yep. Throat chakra. Is there two here? No. Throat chakra, express your truth. This chakra is the origin of expression. It is the source of the life. It is the source of the life spark that inspires your aliveness and strokes the creative fires in others. This is the outer sharing of your inner being, the glowing song of your soul, and on the winds of your flight to understanding more of who you are. Connect to the crux of your potential and take it further than you could have imagined. As spirit fuses into the tangible, it actualizes as a platform for greater experience, and new facets are sculpted, seeded, and shared as a fractal of light in the form of your own unique language. Perhaps part of your creative endeavor should be, in whatever form best suits you, an expression of your internal journey as you continue to progress on it. Now, if this video resonated with you, I greatly, super duper appreciate likes, comments, subscribes, anything that you interact with the video. That helps me, helps the algorithm, helps me grow the channel. This is day 2 of a seasonal 7 series. I'll be posting more videos. And also there's a shit ton of links in the description box if you're interested in my podcast or booking a reading with me, joining my private Facebook group where we have like Zoom calls and hang out. It's legit. We're cool people. There's a bunch of other shit down there too. Feel free to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, etc. And thank you for coming by. It looks like overall you guys are going to have a fantastic fucking season and you're going to grow a lot. There's going to be some discomfort, but that's totally okay. And at the end of the day, you're going to end up real happy, really like 6 of Wands victory. Sun card happiness is in store for you. So just hang tight. It's going to be fucking fantastic. I'm excited for you. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Alright, pile 2, if you chose the Soapstone Owl, my favorite, then this is your reading. Okay. I'm gonna drink of water. My throat is dry. Actually, hold on, I need to, one second. This is your reading for the summer. Now, typically, if you're new here, here's what I read. I'm going to pull these 8 cards. I'm going to clarify them. I'm going to pull 8 more cards. I'm going to clarify them. And then I'm going to grab some oracle cards, okay? How long it takes depends on I don't fucking know what. The wind that day. So, typically, kind of the beginning of the cards, I usually interpret as being the energy that's moving into that season or cycle that I'm reading for. And then as I progress, it shows like a linear time frame. However, time's not really real and it's hard to really dictate, so I don't like to give time frames. That being said, I don't even normally exclaim this, but I feel like I need to this time. I'm not sure if this is going to be the energy going into the season or it's going to be predictive of what's going to happen to you for the season. One or the other, not sure which. So just be mindful. Also, because it's a general reading, it could differ depending upon the people in the group. Some of you may be going into the season with this energy. Some of you may be experiencing this energy throughout the season. It's going to depend entirely on person to person. General reading again. If you want an individual reading, link below, those things. Now, get into this. There is a decision that's made to move away and leave a conflict behind. There is something that you're looking at or that you look at that looks like undefeatable odds, right? And so you make the choice to not even fucking deal with it. That is your defeat. Because the thing about it is you have the Six of Swords, moving on card, being clarified by the Seven of Wands in reverse, which is one of my favorite cards in the deck, and I'll show you why. Seven of Wands card shows a man who's fighting 6 people. It's a 1-on-6 battle, which on paper are terrible odds, right? Probably not going to win that. Except, in reality, he has the high ground, and these people with their wands, they can only really like hit his ankles. Like, this is a very, very winnable battle. In actuality, all he really has to do is stand his ground, and he's good to go. However, it looks like an odd you can't. It looks like a battle you can't win. You move away from that. You decide, nope, I'm not fucking with that battle. That's 6-on-1. No, thank you. And that is your defeat. This is the victory card reversed. Also, this card is reversed, showing the defeat as well. And that's both of these cards are by our Six of Swords. There's a defeat that happens, and it's a defeat that doesn't have to happen or that didn't have to happen, depending upon whether you go into this energy or not. It doesn't have to happen because it's a very, very winnable battle. All you have to do is stand your fucking ground. If you stand your fucking ground, you don't lose. You decided you might lose, and that loses you the fucking battle. That loses you the issue, not that it wasn't unwinnable in the first place. And I'm trying to figure out how the Hierophant fits in. I don't entirely know yet. I'm going to come back to it and see if it channels in later. There's also a fear to begin something new, because this is the way I'm going to interpret it. We have the full reverse being clarified by the Eight of Cups. To me, it feels like there's a fear of starting something new because it involves you having to walk away from something else. And you don't want to walk away from something else to start something new. That might be the battle all along. I'm not sure which. There's also, additionally, the Five of Swords. You got a lot of conflict cards here. This is a battle card. This is a defeat card. This is moving away from a battle card. This is a conflict card. This is a walking away card. This is a fear of new beginnings card. Like, there's a lot. On the bottom of your deck also is the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. There's impatience for your crop to yield you goods. There's conflict, and there's... here's the thing, though. None of this has to happen. Like, none of it has to happen. It doesn't have to be that way, and things aren't quite set in stone, right? So, you can have this beautiful new cycle, new journey, new beginning. You can win the battle, or if it's already happened, then I guess that's that. But all you have to do is actually put forth the effort. The Five of Swords card always kind of tells me that everyone kind of ends up losing. And the Three of Cups is celebratory. And the way I'm interpreting that and the position that it's in is simply that at the end of the day, you will have reasons to rejoice, but it looks like there's a lot of conflict, walking away, fear of new beginnings. There is you just walking away from things that appear to be not worth the battle, and that is the defeat. And there's a need to seek higher knowledge and deeper wisdom from a more structured source, not within, but outside of you. To seek information outside of you, to get more information in order for you to make better decisions. Let me just... more. Why are my cards not all the right way? Ugh. Okay. That's why. Oh my god, the incense smells so good. I'm gonna correct myself, actually. Oh, all right. Correction. I think part of your failure is because you sought information from outside of you. I've been corrected. These are my clarifying cards. The Hermit came out on top of the Hierophant. I had said that, yeah, I've been corrected. Part of the failure comes from listening to outside sources and seeking wisdom from outside of yourself instead of within yourself. Within you, you have the information and the knowledge, which can lead you to triumphant success, which I think that's coming over the Three of Cups card. So I do think you will have cause for celebration at the end of the summer for, yeah, for sure. And you look at the Sun card too. So there's a lot. I think perhaps taking that defeat, the defeat may be a lesson. Also, you may be choosing to walk away from a battle that isn't worth fighting. Walking away from something ends up being your success. I know that's the opposite of what I just said. I think there could be multiple, I'm getting multiple messages now. So, general reading, different groups. There is, for sure, there's a walking away. There's a walking away from conflict. There's a walking away from a battle or a fight of some kind. There's also a fear of starting a new journey and walking away from it. Just choosing to walk away from that as well. There's a lot of walking away from things. Energy in here. There's also the trapped in fear. We've got the Eight of Swords here. But the Four of Cups, which is when you're so like discontent and unfulfilled that you fail to see what is being offered to you. However, at the end of the day, we have the Ace of Swords, we have the Three of Cups. We also have on the very top, I like to clarify with a pyramid so that all of the energy is then formulated into one centralized final message for that section. And for this one, it ended up being the Sun card. The Sun card is the epitome of happiness. So at the end of the day, you will absolutely achieve happiness. The summer's going to turn out well for you, for sure. Based on this first pull, we're going to dig deeper into it right now, but it looks like it's going to end really, really well. But you're going to have to go over a lot of mental hurdles and choosing what to release and what to let go of. You need to seek wisdom within yourself, and not outside of you. Don't let fear control what it is you decide to do or not do. So there's a real concise clarity on your decision making, and also a almost swift impulsiveness running towards a new embodiment, I want to say. I think your intuition will give you swift movement forward. We have a High Priestess here. And we have the Eight of Wands with swift movement. However, I think it's going to have to be moving past some disappointment. You've got the Nine of Cups in reverse sitting on top of that. There's also this Five of Cups again, which is another kind of sadness card. It's another card about focusing on what you've lost, which we already had up there as well. And the Page of Swords in reverse, which is just more delays of communication. It's a lot. Your summer looks a lot like this up and down kind of delayed communication, swift action forward, really getting clear on your decisions of what to honor and what not to honor. Very close to completing this cycle, but you're not quite there yet. You've got the World card in reverse underneath. The World card is the last major arcana. It's the completion of the Fool's journey. We have the Fool in reverse up here. It's like a fear of not starting that journey. When you hit the World card, you get the Fool card. Once the Fool completes his journey, you become the Fool again on a new journey. The Fool's journey never really ends. It just becomes a new journey. So once you can finish this cycle out, you can have a new one. You're just not fucking there yet. There is There's a lot of need to let go. There's a need to let go of things you've lost. There's a need to really just move forward. You also are choosing to walk away from things that, instead of standing your ground. In places where you need to stand your ground, you're just walking away from that. And things you need to walk away from, you're afraid to walk away from. You're afraid to start new things because you have to walk away. You're afraid to stand your ground in places where you should stand your ground. And there's a need for real discernment. I think you're listening to a lot of outside sources. You're letting outside sources influence you. We have one, two, three, four, five. That's 5 court cards, which I don't always interpret it this way, but sometimes when I see a lot of court cards, it just makes me think that there's a lot of people influencing you in your sphere. And I think that might be a part of the problem in your particular instance. Ooh. So we got Stand Your Ground again. This is the same card. This is a Psychic Tarot Oracle. So it's like a Tarot Oracle hybrid deck. It has all the tarot cards in it. They're all renamed as something else, but they don't have any court cards, and they have the addition of 7 chakra cards. So this is the equivalent to this deck's version of the 7 of Wands again, which is, in this deck, it's actually called Stand Your Ground. So it's another call for you to stand your ground when you're challenged. Like, listen to your intuition. Like, if you're new here, my camera only records 20 minutes at a time, so I have to reset it every 20 minutes. Hold, please. Alright. I forgot what I was saying when I got up. Oh, we had the Chariot, though. If triumphant success. Yet again. Which is actually... Oh, sorry. This is called triumphant success. This is called triumph. Bottom of the deck there is death. So, again, it's about this need for rebirth. Stand your ground. Stand your ground when you need to. Oh, that's what I was saying. I was going to say, use your intuition to guide you. Stand your ground when something really matters to you. Stand up for yourself, stand your ground. Do what you feel is in your heart space. You have, let's see, we have the 6 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, is it the 3 of Cups again? Or the 3 of Wands? It's the 3 of Wands. Sorry, 7 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, and the Chariot. So, there's changes. Your finances are going to play a role. We got a grouping of pentacles here. This one is called Material and Spiritual Prosperity. This one's called Patience and Planning. Oh, that's the same card you have here, which is that Impatience, that 7 of Pentacles card that we had underneath that. There's this impatience for your money to roll in, like abundance, things to pay off. You have that here as well. It's upright because I don't read reversals in these cards, but you also have the 7 of Wands and then the Chariot. So again, this pile ended. The one on top was the Sun card. It was pure happiness. This one is ending with triumph. I still stand by what I'm saying in the beginning, which is that at the end of the summer, you're triumphing, but you're gonna have to learn to stand your ground. I think that's really where you're struggling, is your ability to stand up for yourself and to be willing to engage in a way that I think you're very conflict avoidant, and maybe it's just easier to walk away, but then there's also this inherent fear of new beginnings, new opportunities. Okay, that's what the fuck. Come on. Moving on to Oracle now. Can we get some helpful messages for my pile to owl people in regards to their summer and what this season has in store for them? Some quality advice. Emotions are running high. Yeah, I can see that. It's very emotional. I think it ends well. It ends triumphantly. It ends with happiness and all of that. I think you will eventually turn this... So sorry. It's late. I think you will eventually turn this card over and you will complete your cycle throughout the summer, but you need to surrender to the divine, let things flow, And don't be afraid to stand for yourself. What do you need to release? I think this is a theme. We'll see. I haven't done pile 3 yet, but I think this was also a theme with pile 1, and it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah. Summer, the season of summer is really inherent of rapid growth, right? The seedlings start in the spring, and then in the summer, they sprout up out of the ground, and it's in the fall that we harvest, right? We harvest from what we manage to accomplish in the summertime. So the summer is really the place for quick exponential growth. It makes sense to me that needing to release and these big lessons, they tend to come in the summertime. So it's really important that we make sure we put forth the effort so we have a good harvest. And the last one that you have from this deck is balance, spirituality, and practicality. If you aren't focusing on your spiritual and personal development, make sure that you incorporate it into your life. If you are overly focused on your spiritual development, then be sure that you also remember that you're a human in a meat suit, and try to remain somewhat grounded. Don't get too obsessed with the non-physical, more esoteric realm of things. This is the Fairy Oracle. I'm going to do a couple of these real quick. I was going to grab 2, but I grabbed 3. I didn't think about it. Lost and found. What was once lost is about to be found, thanks to the lost and found fairy. Sometimes she can help us find things we never even realized were lost. That's going to be for you to interpret. I have no idea. This also came out in pile 1, I think. No. Yes, this also came out in pile 1. Moderation. Is there something you shouldn't be eating? Try to eat mindfully and healthily. Although the fairies say that a little bit of what you fancy is fine. Practice moderation. Summertime, again, what you do is what you harvest. So this is a good time to again, that balancing your spirituality with your practicality. This also applies to your physical body, right? I am currently on a weight loss journey. Wish me luck. It's attempt number 3,000, but I think I got it this time. And I think it's in the air. It's time for us to get our bodies in alignment as well. Shine from within. Looks are only skin deep. That's ironic timing, huh? I didn't even see what card was in my hand. True beauty. True beauty. I can't even say it. My mind is so mad. Shines from within, and it's time for you to shine. This is the time for self-acceptance and for revealing your true beauty. I'll just go ahead and take that as a personal attack. Move on with my life. Alright, unicorn deck. Because unicorns make everything fantastic. It's weird because I always use light seers and Starseed, and I have not been using it. Those are slowly transitioning into like personal decks. I don't know. And usually unicorns is the last thing too, but it's made its way to the forefront as of late. And I brought Lemurian out. Times they are a-changing, I tell ya. Alright. Yeah. First, I'm yawning again, I'm so sorry. Oh, God. Gentleness. Be kind to yourself and others. Honor your gentleness. Speak words of love. Like I said, you got a bit of an up and down thing going on for your summer. Make sure that you are gentle with yourself. Be accepting. Be loving. Treat yourself like you're your best friend. Magic. Make a wish. Believe in miracles. Magic surround you. And freedom. Live wild and free. Choose your freedom. Claim your independence. Sovereignty is the word I immediately heard. This is about sovereignty. You need to learn sovereignty. You need to learn not to let outside influences influence you. Real freedom is when you don't give a fuck what other people think. Real freedom is, I just told somebody that today, literally Instagram, who messaged me about like, oh, I don't feel this, people judge me. And I was like, it doesn't fuck, like, be free. Freedom is sovereignty. Freedom is not allowing external influences to influence you. Sovereignty and freedom is standing up for what you know is right. That's a big lesson you need to learn this summer, for sure. I'm going to grab you a couple of these elemental oracles. Okay, just throwing things. Standard. We have wind, change, and speed, movement. Yeah. You have a lot of change. You need to complete this cycle, and we already had that, I don't know where it went, but we had that rapid movement forward. I think that's going to be a big thing for you. I think things move very, very quickly once you get the ball rolling. I'm going to grab you a couple of these, and then a Lemurian, and then that'll be your reading. These are the Universe Has Your Back cards. They're just words, just words. And I like to think about them as little notes sent to you by your higher self, your spirit guides, your God, universe, angels, whatever it is you believe in. That these are like, it's like them writing you a direct message. So can you please get messages for our pile 2 people in regards to their summer season and any information, messages you would like them to know or understand. I feel like you need 3. There it is. My capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up. Oh, what do you know? It's a message about speaking up, standing your ground. When I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. I'll read that one more time. I feel like I can do this twice. My capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. Next. This was next. Oh, this one just had, okay. The universe has your back. This is just the deck card. This is like the card of the deck. The universe has your back. You are supported. Oh, there's more. Oh, there's a pile here. Oh, do I want this whole pile? I guess I do. Okay, I'm gonna read you a pile of cards. Next one is, I witness the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. That fear of yours, that's what we're talking about here. It's a message to know that that fear you're being asked to overcome is, it's guided. It's divinely guided, and if you can understand the love in it and understand the transformational power of it, you could really learn a lot. I honor how I want to feel. This reminds me of standing up for yourself. Stand up for your fucking self. The key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. Fuck yes. That's the realest shit I ever heard. Not ever, probably, but it's real as fuck. I preach this all the time on my channel. If you're new or you don't follow me, this is some shit that I always preach. The largest, I would say, bone I have to pick with the law of attraction community is deciding that you think you know what's in your highest good, because you may not know. You probably don't know. Don't focus on specific intentions. I know it's like, be specific, manifest your whatever, right? But if you instead be very specific on how you want to feel, I honor how I want to feel. Didn't even realize that had happened, but thank you for backing me up here, cards. Focus on how you want to feel, not how you want that to manifest. The universe it'll assemble. You don't have to know what it is. Let yourself be surprised. Go with it. Flow with it. Surrender to it. In every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me towards right-minded thinking through the energy of love. That's what I'm saying. The whole universe is conspiring to assist you on this journey. Just fucking, you're gonna be alright. Again, this, okay. Again, it ended with the Sun card and Triumph. So it's going to end really well for you. Just a little bumpy along the way. These are Lemurian cards. It has the message on the back of them. So I'm just going to read you one or two. These are really, really deep, really fantastic cards that I really, really love. Okay. Shuffle one more time, and then, okay. It's going to say, otherwise, we're done. Okay. The Infinite. This card is called the Infinite. As Lemurians, we're only partially incarnated. Okay, sorry. Let me try that again. As Lemurians were only partially incarnated, their bodies were much lighter, less physically actualized, and less affected by aging. They were also aware of their infinite nature. This card of rebirth can appear after challenges that have required a level of surrender. You have arrived at a beginning. Revel in your newfound inner freedom. Freedom. Sovereignty. Blockages have fallen away and there are opportunities to step into. Told you that already. Stretch your wings and arise like a phoenix, born anew, ready for a new cycle of growth. Celebrate, honor the road that brought you here, and prepare to take flight with the tools you have gathered through your elevation process. The other one you have is called Balanced Forces. The Lemurian people are said to have been androgynous, a perfect balance of what became masculine and feminine energy as it densified in physical form. This card invites you to look at masculine and feminine energy from a more balanced perspective. What needs to happen to form a more holistic and equalized foundation? For more masculine drive and focus, concentrate on goals, desires, and ambitions. If you want to engage more feminine energy for receptivity, trust, flow, and surrender, consider all the things you are already grateful for. Feel the warmth, gratitude, and comfort of knowing everything is divinely perfect just the way it is. Now, I'm going to tell you that I'm pretty sure it's feminine energy you need to focus on. I didn't talk about it, and I know I didn't talk about it, and I was like, I'm just going to come back to that later. I don't know what I have to say about that yet, and now I know why. You got the Empress card, right? This was one of the first clarifiers you had on the very first pull. I just didn't talk about it at all because I wasn't sure where it fit in. You also have all this surrender kind of cards and a need to stand up for yourself, right? There is a balance of masculine and feminine energy here for sure, but there's a concentration. In that masculine energy, stand up for yourself. And that feminine energy, you need to work on your surrender and your ability to trust. You are being supported. You just have to have some faith in it. Now, your summer overall is going to end really well. You're going to learn a lot of really big lessons. You're going to level up, flip this world card over, and it'll end well. That being said, if you resonated with this video and you made it to the end, any interaction you can give me in this video would be very, very, very genuinely appreciated. Likes, comments, subscribes, bell notifications. I have a fuck ton of links in the description box. I've got a podcast. I've got, I don't know, a website. I've got tarot readings that you can book. I've got merch. I've got links and stuff and social media and Instagram and Twitter and all those kind of stuff. If you're interested and you want to know more about me, my platform, what I'm doing, those kinds of things, hit the box below and there's all kinds of shit in there you can look at. Other than that, you guys have a fucking fantastic summer. This is day 2 of my seasonal setup, which means there are still 5 more videos to come. So if you're not subscribed, you should do that now so you can watch other videos and enjoy your summer. It's going to be great at the end of the day. A little rough in between, but it'll be good. And have a wonderful day. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. If you chose pile 3, the skull, then this is going to be your reading. I just want to say that I find it very interesting how whenever I do pick a card readings, there's just continual themes and there's always similarities between the groups. And I take breaks, I am constantly burning incense, I cleanse things, I say my prayers. There's just themes. It's like the same kind of general energy gets pulled into the reading, and then there's variations thereof. Yeah. Anyways, so we have some more themes here. I think every pile has gotten the Fool, and I also think every pile may have also gotten the 5 of Cups. these are, this has been coming out a lot too, the Six of Swords card. So these are cards about new beginnings, leaving things behind, and specifically things that are already fucking lost. There's a tendency to dwell on what's lost instead of moving forward and starting the new thing that is available to you, sitting right behind you, and that allows a lot of swift movement. You've got a lot of options and choices. I know it's hard to discern which ones are good, which ones are bad, but swift movement can be made once you're able to move on from the things that you've already lost and are willing to kind of start this new journey. The Fool card is the first card that came out, being clarified by the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Then we have the Seven of Cups, the Eight of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups in reverse, the Five of Cups, and the Six of Swords. Oh, I didn't do my bottom of the deck. Ooh, okay. The Emperor in reverse. Yeah, there is a need to lead, a need to move forward, a need to make sure that you are giving as much as you're taking, and that you're taking as much as you're giving. There's not an imbalance happening in your inflow and outflow. There's also a need to discern which choices you're going to make and move on from what you've already lost, because those things are already fucking lost. I do see, though, actually, I think I'm going to clarify. Ooh, I'm going to clarify a card. I don't do this often in my personal readings. Or, I mean, I do it a lot for my own, like, my readings for myself, because I find it really difficult to read my own cards, but I don't often pull clarifiers for other people. But we are doing that today. Let me clarify. What is this third row about? Can we clarify the... Okay, just throwing things. I'm going to ask to double down on that before I read it. Double down. Okay. So, here's the vibe I'm getting. The vibe I'm getting is that there's some decisions that have to be made that are going to involve your wishes, and maybe passing some of those wishes up, or having already lost some wishes, in exchange for maybe stability in your home life, family life, to be a nurturer for the sake of family, for the sake of finances, for the sake of stability, that kind of thing. That feels like it might be a key component of a loss that's occurring. However, there are still many options available to you, and you have the ability to take the lead and have really swift, rapid movement forward towards the creation of something new. You're starting a new beautiful journey. Like, I think a lot of this pile is kind of going into the season energy. Like, you're starting a new journey after this loss has happened, and you've had to you need to move on past it to begin this new journey. That's how I'm reading it. This is going into the season energy. So now I'm going to clarify it, and then we're going to pull some more cards and see, like, what do we have for this season beyond this energy. What is the new journey entail? What is it in regards to? What information do you need to know about it? That kind of thing. But first, let's just clarify this a bit more. We have the Emperor again. We also have the Chariot. Jesus. Okay. Which in this deck is called Triumph. So again, there's another one of those that's the Two of Swords, which is called mental conflict in this deck, is going to go over that Five of Cups and Six of Swords. It's that mental anguish over what you've lost. But there's again the call for you to take up and lead and take the charge. And victory is waiting. That really is the theme for, and that doesn't, I mean, it doesn't surprise me. That was one of the ones that fell out a minute ago that I put back in. It doesn't surprise me at all that would be a continual theme between all of the piles in some regard or another, simply because summer is the season of rapid growth. I think summer is when big lessons are experienced so that we can take from those lessons and pull a harvest and have a introspective winter, etc., etc., etc. I just clarified with, I always clarify with a pyramid, because it allows me to create a funnel for a top tier message. I pull 6 cards to make this pyramid, and 4 of those 6 cards are majors. So it's big energy happening here. There is, again, that underlying current of heartache and loss. This is called Heartache and Loss. It's a 3 of Swords card from this deck. This is the second tarot by John Holland. It's like a tarot oracle hybrid deck. Everything's been renamed, but they're based on tarot cards. So we have Triumph, Authority, Power, Awareness, Heartache and Loss, and Mental Conflict. That is the Chariot, the Emperor, Strength, Magician, 3 of Swords, and the 2 of Swords. So there's mental conflict over heartache and loss, a need for you to draw upon your inner strength and inner power to take the charge forward, lead. And the top tier card it's called Awareness in this deck, but it's the Magician. It's about manifesting your reality. It's about you are on a journey to create your own life. You're learning, I think you're learning your power and what it is to wield that power. That seems to be the difference in the groups, is everyone has these big lessons they have to learn over the summer that will eventually lead in a good positive happiness in some way or another. But the specifics of each lesson seems to be a little different. Yours appears to be learning your power. And I love the beauty of the Fool card being the first card, and the pyramidal top tier card is the Magician, because it's the first stop for the Fool. Like the Fool's journey is the journey through the major arcana, and the Magician is step number 1. It's learning your power. And this deck is called Awareness, so it's learning to be aware, but still. There's that 3 of Swords again. Can we get messages for what else is happening in the year, please? Or the summer, I should say, sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna... Hello? Hello? Oh, with the 2 of Swords again as well, which we already had over there. Any other duplicates? Oh, it's 6 of Pentacles again. That's a lot. It's 1, 2, 3 out of 5 of the cards I just pulled. I've already pulled. This card, I think, has also come out for everybody, if I'm not mistaken. Seems to be something in the air this summer of feeling left out, or feeling a sense of lack, feeling, yeah. You got love in the cards, though, for sure. If you are not in a relationship currently, you about to fucking be. For sure. Yep, learning your power. Learning to create. Learning the power of creation. That's what I'm going to go with as your big summer lesson. If you're not in a relationship, I think you will be. It looks like a lot of you may have experienced recent heartache. That may be what a lot of people are walking away from. That seems to be also a theme. A lot of people are walking away from relationships. That being said, if you are in a relationship currently and that's sustainable, whatever, I would say that there's a lot of love between you guys this summer. There's a lot of romantic energy right here. To have the Two of Cups clarified by the Ten of Cups clarified by the Two of Cups just shows me this like beautiful romantic. It may be your strength through part of the season, but for those of you who are single Pringles like myself, I think you will be experiencing a beautiful connection. Now we have the Two of Swords clarified by the Four of Swords, the Three of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, the Two of Cups, Six of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. So overall, I would say there is, remember we talked about before about that need to make the decisions about what is what and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and having all these choices, not sure which one's which. You're being asked to rest to discover that. You're being asked to take a minute, do some resting, do some just retreat and self-care kind of thing. If you're somebody who gets a lot of messages in your dreams, pay attention to that, because you are being asked to rest and sleep and do some self-care. I think there's the Three of Swords clarified by the Five of Pentacles in reverse, which is real strong heartache left out in the cold kind of energy. So there may be a period of time this summer where you end up feeling like, fuck, like feeling left out, which again, I'm pretty sure all the piles have gotten that, which is kind of wild to me. I don't know the astrology for the year. I am not an astrologer. I like to follow astrologers and keep up with it, but I'm not sure at what point in the year that's something. But it looks like everyone's going to be experiencing some kind of heartache left out in the cold, isolation. Maybe we'll go back into lockdown. I don't fucking know. But it looks like everyone's got that happening. Then there's love. And then there is a need, again, for that balance. There's a need for balance yet again. I'm going to clarify the balance. Clarifying for you guys again. What is it that is what's the Six of Pentacles? Can we clarify the Six and Ten of Pentacles, please? What information would you like me to convey about these cards specifically, other than potentially home arguments, imbalance, and the like give and take of it? That's home, yeah, and oh, that's the same, yeah. It looks like there may be. Okay, well, for some of you guys, there's an ending relationship, but not for everyone, and don't go taking it too seriously. For the rest of you, there may be some quarreling, discomfort in the home in regards to who's doing more, who's doing less, who provides more money, who doesn't, who's doing what, who's pulling their weight, da-da-da-da-da-da, like that's a potential issue. For some of you, it's the straw that broke the camel's back, where you just are like, fuck it, I'm done. Actually, I'm not going to use this deck. I'm going to use this deck. Yeah, this deck, this card is called Feeling Alone. It is the Five of Pentacles card, which is going on top of the Five of Pentacles card. We also have the Seven of Wands. Yeah, Seven of Wands. Sorry, I thought that was the same card I have there. That's the Seven of Cups. Moving on. That's Justice, which is going to go over that aspect. So, again, for some of you, seems like a real theme. And listen, let me say this. This is a general reading. If you want a personal reading, you can book one with me. There's a link below. Totally willing, totally down. We could do Zoom meetings, whatever. I need to change my camera out now, but we're going to have a conversation about general readings here in a second. As I was saying, this is a general reading, so not everything's going to resonate with you 100%. That's totally fucking okay. I have to deliver messages that I have to deliver, because I don't pretend to know the fallout, impact, or butterfly effect of what messages I deliver. I just know that certain people need to hear certain things, and that's what the fuck I'm doing. And I'm just trying to trust that, as much as part of my brain is always like, but regardless, don't take anything that I say in a general reading too fucking seriously. If you want to know more about you specifically, book a private reading. It doesn't have to be with me. Book it with whoever you want. I give them, but it doesn't have to be me. My point is, this is a general reading, so don't take anything too seriously. That being said, for a lot of you, it looks like there is a ending relationship. And I don't know, it's almost freaking me out how often I seem to be pulling this lately. And I feel like I'm just wandering around the world being like, ending your relationship. It's just a theme I have ongoing. That's what's happening. Moving on. The Six of Cups. This is the Seven of Cups. That's the card that I thought this was. It came out. It's called Daydreams and Decisions. Choose your battles, feeling alone, balance, moving on, move, daydreams and decisions. I think for a lot of you, this could be a ending a relationship card. There is that romance thing in the middle there. There is some really good love occurring. Potential new romance budding, but and for those of you, it could also just be this is something that you have to overcome if you have a relationship that you're really trying to stick out and whatever, you're helping each other grow and it's healthy and all that. You may need to, this may be something you have to overcome. For a lot of you, it looks like you're going to be like, sayonara, or they're going to be like, sayonara, or you already did do that, and that's part of what you're healing this summer in, is what is going to help you to learn your power. Maybe you do that through the act of independence for some of you. Again, general reading, and I'm feeling like this pile is particularly popular. I'm also feeling like this reading has an unusually high view count. I'm filming this weeks in advance. It's actually May 30th today, so I'm filming this damn near a month in advance because I leave town in a couple of days for a bunch of projects, and I literally have no time between now and the time this video goes up. Like, none. Like, everything is, I have like 12 videos have to be made, a bunch of stuff I'm doing for other people, collaborations. You'll see, it'll all come out. It actually, no, it hasn't come out yet. There are things coming after the Seasonal 7 series that I will be working on over the next couple of weeks that will be coming after this series, that I have to start working on this series ahead of time. So I'm filming this way, way, way in advance. That being said, the first card I got is You Are Good Enough. We went on to Oracle, by the way. I didn't really announce it. I forgot the point that I was trying to make with the whole I'm filming this way in advance thing, but there was a point there. Maybe I'll come back to it. Let me flip that over. Your hard work is paying off. Again, there was that message of you needing to take the power and lead. It's funny because that's the card that I was like, let me just flip that over so I don't have to fucking keep seeing it. And then it was like, you saw it because you're supposed to come out. Ta-da! Don't let pride get in your way. This may be a point of contention, a point of conflict for you. And take time to breathe out. We already had that card about resting. I would say that it's super, super, listen, I would love to just sit here and tell you that your fucking summer is going to be goddamn fantastic, but I'm going to call it like I see it, and it's looking like it might be a little fucking turbulent. However, you are learning really, really, really important lessons, and I would like to emphasize that, I'm not done reading yet, but I would like to emphasize that the hard lessons we learned in the summer, if action is taken appropriately and we are doing the best that we can and we're learning as we go, then poor timing. Then we bring that into our harvest for the winter, and then that becomes our sustenance for the harvest for the fall and our sustenance for the winter, which is a whole fucking thing I'm not gonna get into at the moment, but suffice it to say, it's not bad if you have big lessons in the summer. I stand by that. I also think that it's important that you spend every second as much as you can soaking in whatever good quality fun time you have in the summer. My community is supportive, loving, and active in the world. Find a community. If you don't have one, get one. On that note, shameless plug, I actually have a private Facebook group. In that private group, we are aggressively supportive of each other. We also have Zoom chats that we discuss various topics in. We often discuss the things in my videos in a live Zoom chat. It's cool. It's fun. Come hang out. I am at home in my body and at peace in my spirit. This is very much about being able to, okay. So we had the Magician card, but it came out from this deck in particular, which in this deck it's actually called Awareness. Remember we discussed that it's the awareness card, the awareness version of the Magician, right? This card is very much about being aware of your internal world and being able to find yourself, your center, and your peace, your own power. You literally have the power within you to regulate your energetic output, and you have the power through your awareness. That awareness of self, that ability to find your inner peace, is what will allow you to continue to manifest for your highest good, even in times of turbulence. That may be something that you have to learn this summer, that within yourself you can maintain an inner peace, which will allow you to maintain a frequency amidst chaos. Divination. Embrace your powers of divination, which are especially strong right now. You have the ability to see your current situation with crystal clear clarity. Maybe if you aren't already, I'm guessing you are. Most people who watch my videos are into tarot and have their own cards. That may be a call for you to take your knowledge deeper, or maybe to expand it into, like, I think it said crystal ball in there. Crystal clear clarity. Oh, it's a crystal. Well, maybe you try crystal ball gazing or something like that. I've been feeling called to scrying. I've been wanting to try black mirror scrying. I know it's supposed to be like scary and taboo, but like something about it is just like, try it. So maybe try a new form of divination. You also have friendship. Again, we had that community card. Friendship. Fairies and humans alike need friends. Now is the time to seek out those who will support you and encourage you on your journey to fulfill your dreams. Join my group. I don't fucking know. Find your group. Hang out with your people. If you're hurting, if you're having a hard time, you don't have any real isolating cards. I just realized you don't have, like, you have cards of feeling alone, but you don't actually have cards that say to go within. You have outward, external cards. You need to spend your time extroverting this summer and finding your community. Abundance. Prepare yourself for incoming abundance. Release any mental blocks you may have. In fairyland and human land, there is enough abundance for everyone. That's going to come with learning your power also. Learning your power to draw in what is required, but also never requiring anything. I'll let you play with that one. I'm going to play some unicorns now. Miracles. Have faith that your miracle is on its way. Your prayers have been answered. Surrender the how. And also, dance. Move your body to music. Dance with the rhythm of life. Manifest your dreams through dance. Quickest way that I fucking know of. For me personally, quickest way that I know of to raise my vibration at any given moment is dance. If you are real fucking sad and you're having a hard time, you just have to muster up enough motivation, courage, and conviction to get yourself up. Play music and force yourself to just start swaying. Like, it won't even, you won't want to at first. You'll just be like, fucking no. But I'm telling you, if you open your windows up, pull back all the curtains, let all the sun in, open up the windows, get fresh air, get music going, and force yourself to kind of start moving your body. Put on music that gets you excited, brings you up, and start dancing to it. It's a really, really quick way for you to alter your vibration. You can physically change your physical environment and move your physical body to change your internal conditions. Help you align yourself. Again, we're going back to that idea. I don't even want to give you this tangent, but going back to that idea of knowing your inner power through awareness of your own energetic output and input. We had, I think, the Six of Pentacles twice for you. So your output input is super fucking important. You need to learn about your energy input output flow for sure. This is, oh god, a mess. That's what it is. This is the Universe Has Your Back deck. These are cards with words on them. I like to think about them as direct messages from like your higher self, spirit, God, angels, universe, whatever you believe in. It's almost like they write you a little postcard. That's how I like to think about these cards. So I'm going to pull you a couple of these and read them to you, and then I'm going to grab you a Lemurian deck, and that will conclude your reading, really. The Lemurian, though, you want to stick around for that, because those cards are fucking deep. So good. Okay, we're just making a mess now. I'm going to yawn again. I can feel it. Sorry. It's like, what time is it? It's 1:30 in the morning. It's 1:30 in the morning, so I'm sleepy. I fly out in 2 days, and I have way too many things to do. So, first one we got was, when I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see. And immediately my awareness went from the circle in this, like this eye, to this here. Like my mind just went back and forth. Like that's how my intuition often speaks to me when I'm reading, is through my recognition of patterns and similarities in imagery and stuff. So I'm a very visual person. So it's very much that the way you see the world, learning how to change the way you see the world through your pure faith and knowingness. That's where your power lies. I am the loving energy of the universe. And I am the dreamer of my dream. Weirdly, I feel like I'm actually dreaming, so that's creepy, actually, low key. You are the dreamer of your dream. You are the loving energy of the universe. These are messages about learning your inner power and how your inner power affects your external reality. And also, oneness is my true nature. Same. The interconnectedness of all things is the mechanism for which that functions. If you watch my channel at all, you'll notice that this is literally on me all the time. I don't take it off. I've been wearing it for years. I shower with it, I sleep with it, it doesn't come off. I forget that it's even there, honestly. This is my little pewter flower of life pendant. It's just on like a cord, like a black cord that's technically adjustable, but honestly, I think it might just be stuck in place now. I don't know if these knots move anymore. It's been years. This pattern is, it reminds me of our interconnected nature. It reminds me that we're all connected, and it's through that connectivity that your inner power begins to affect your external reality, because everything that you are within you is also connected to everything that exists outside of you. And if that doesn't make sense to you, it's going to, because it looks like you're about to go real deep on that lesson. That seems to be what you're learning this summer. And additionally, your energy input output is going to be very relevant. And in terms of relationships, because we did have that whole relationship thing happening, that may be for a lot of you something that you have to learn. Your relationships affect you. And before somebody comes in my fucking comments talking about, yeah, fuck my ex-boyfriend, he was a narcissist, he was fucking toxic, la 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 la. Listen, I'm not saying that that's not true. I'm just saying if you were fully healed, you wouldn't have dated that guy in the first fucking place. Toxicity goes both ways. That's how mirrors work, and we mirror each other. So before you go deciding that your relationship sucked because of somebody else, take some responsibility for the situation. And that's where your power also lies. That's something else you can pick up this year. That's only for some of you. I just really don't want to hear that shit. Like, I'm a fantastic person, and the guy I was with just ended up being a piece of shit. That's not how that works. No perfectly healthy, super healed person dates a narcissist, toxic motherfucker. That's just not how it works. You have some resonance between you. There is toxicity within you. You were drawn to that because of an unhealed wound, or because of an internal trauma, or because you also mirror that, and maybe you haven't admitted it to yourself. And now I'm on a fucking very offensive tangent, and I know that, and yet I still am talking. Just delivering messages today, I guess. You got 2 Lemurian cards, okay? Okay. I'm going to read these to you. The way these cards work, this is the pocket version of the Lemurian deck, which is like one of my all-time favorite decks. They shortened the descriptions down and put them on the back of the cards so I can just read them to you. The first one is the Seamless Unspeakable. This illuminate... Hold on, I've been talking a lot. This illuminated space of no distraction and pure potential is beyond the threshold. It is centered in present place where all dreams are birthed. From here, you can choose where to go. What may be perceived as endless nothingness is illuminated eternal. The core that all fears may be peeled back to. Step through the darkness and realize it is only a short distance from the white void at the center of creation. Herein lies the feeling you may have been striving to meet, yet subconsciously running from. In graceful surrender, know you are held and drop deeper into existence. That's a good one. That subconscious running from things is so fucking important. Ooh, okay, next level, motherfucker. If you made it to the end of the video, and this shut the video, we're about there. This is a big message. Soul Star Chakra, merging with the divine. This image captures, that's the image. This image, it's hard for me to read it when it's backlit though, because this light is very bright and very in my face, and now this is shadowy, so I'm sorry I can't really like show it to you while I'm reading it, otherwise I'll go fucking blind. This image captures the merging of time beyond space and kaleidoscopic wisdom that penetrates our being. We have lived in many worlds, all interconnected. They uphold the lessons that carry as messages of transformation. Their synergy creates the expansion of the universe. Gaze into the place where the light between our stardust can become anything. The collective evolution is part of a grander story. When we simply let go, we become all that we have been, seeking and glimpse the greater dream. Wow, dream, real fucking theme with you. This is the group of people who definitely, that rest card, you have messages in your dreams. For fucking sure. When we simply let go, we become all that we have been seeking and glimpse the greater dream. Meditate on the idea that everything that ever was and ever will be is happening simultaneously right now across multiple dimensions. Yes, this is a message about the nature of the universe as a whole. Oh my god, I've gone over time again? I'm talking way too much to you guys. Let me reset so I can do a little synopsis and finish this. Hold on. This card is about the nature of the universe, the interconnectedness of all things, which we already talked about a minute ago with my whole tangent for this, and the interconnectedness of all things, and blah blah blah, and how your awareness, you're learning so much. If you made it to the end of the video, I think there are tears. I always think this with all of my readings, that like there's messages that come out in the beginning and the messages always evolve, and not everybody watches the whole readings. I know that. I can tell. I can see it in my analytics of my video. I can literally watch a graph of how many people are watching at any given moment in my video, and I can literally watch the drop off after each pick a card reading. So I know that not everybody watches the entirety of the readings, and I am very aware of the fact that these readings tend to get progressive as I go on, and I know that the people at the end of the video need to hear things differently than people who were just at the beginning of the video who clicked off and after they got what they wanted a few minutes in and moved on or whatever. So people who made it to the end of this particular video, I think you were really on a heavy soul lesson this summer about really learning and owning your power. and I didn't mention it, but the bottom of the deck energy of their second pull was the Queen of Wands, which is kind of a very strong creative force. And I think you're really learning about what it is to both surrender and also create simultaneously, and the interconnectedness of all things, having faith, understanding the multidimensionality of the world, and how time works, which is non-existent, and actuality, which is why I never give time frames on my readings, because time's not fucking real. It's just a linear illusion that we live in. And I think that's something that you're really going to be diving deeply into this summer, and I'm super fucking excited for you, if I'm honest. If this resonated, please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, whatever. Interact with my video a little bit. I really, really appreciate it. And I have a bunch of links in the description box for all kinds of things. You can book readings with me. You can also check out my podcast. I've got merch. I've got Instagram and Twitter and a website. And I don't know what the fuck is down there. I can't remember right now. It's very late. But there's things in the description box with links and stuff. And I'm really excited for your summer. I think you guys are learning big kid shit. Like, y'all are at the big kids table learning big kid shit. And I'm really excited for you and excited for your journey. And thank you, and have a wonderful season. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.